How's the lighting? Alright, let's get cozy. It's been a while since I've sat down and chatted to you guys. I'm excited for this. I've got my iced tea, and today we're going to talk about POV photography. Have you ever wondered how people get shots like these, where they film their camera while they take pictures out and about? Because I have. So there are tons of ways to do this depending on the camera that you have. I think one of the first POV setups I've seen is the GoPro and a chest harness, but I no longer own a GoPro and I don't think it's necessary to use a chest harness because I'm just walking about the city and I'm not doing anything like mountain biking or action sports. Then I found this necklace contraption that holds your phone, hangs around your neck, but it hurts my collarbone, so I never actually used it. I'm gonna put this down. Then I bought the Insta360 Go 3 and it comes with a necklace that has like a magnet mount, and because it's so light it just sticks onto it, and that's great for POV shots. But I think the Insta360 that I had was faulty because it kept disconnecting once I took it out of the housing, so I couldn't trust it and therefore never really used it. Also, the quality of the Insta360 Go 3 was not the best and I really wanted to like it, but it just wasn't keeping up with what I wanted it to do. This was the first full vlog I filmed with the Go 3. I was on a plane and you can see that the quality is alright in the brighter parts, but once it's slightly darker there's tons of noise. Not unusable, but not the best. It makes sense though because of how small it is. I think you could still use it in a lot of different ways. They have a new one now though. It's called the Insta360 Go 3S and it might be better. I've not tried that one out yet. But anyway, I gave mine away, so that's not an option for me anymore. In this video I'll be testing out POV photography filming with the Pocket 3 and the Insta360 X4. And I'll be trying out two mounting options. As some of you might know, the Pocket 3 is my favorite camera at the moment. I'm using it to film me right now. And I thought to try out the X4 as well because it's a 360 camera, meaning that it films everything around you. So I thought that'd be interesting for a POV shot. The first mounting option would be using the Falcam backpack clip V2, and that's going to be clipped onto my Lululemon bag because it goes across my chest as opposed to on my sides if I were to use a regular backpack. First thing to note, you need the Ulanzi expansion cage for this to work because that's where the base plate screws into. V2 from Falcam has a flexible lanyard that adapts to different types of straps. So I wanted to try it with my Lululemon bag, which has like a seatbelt type strap, meaning it's thin and has no padding, but I was pleasantly surprised that it held on just fine. The second mount is the Magic Arm by SmallRig, and it's a great tool. I've used it for so many different mounting options, so I thought this would be cool, and I just hope that it won't get too heavy. I will be sharing my personal likes and dislikes of each setup as we go along. Everything I'm using in this video is linked down below, so check it out if you want to. My photo camera in this video will be the Sony a7C Mark II. It's a full frame camera and I got it on the Black Friday sale because I had to downsize my gear, so I sold my a7 III and my X100V to buy this guy. I have a full unboxing and setup video right there. The lenses I'm shooting with includes the 40mm 2.5 and the 85mm 1.8. These are the only two lenses I have at the moment. Okay, disclaimer, this video is mainly for the POV setup, so don't come at me if the photos come out mid. I am typically an event photographer, so street photography is a hit or miss for me. But if you like the edits, I have presets down below. Alright, first up, having the Pocket 3 mounted onto my chest. I'd say this setup is a little bit tricky because the bag strap is at an angle and you have to fiddle around with it to find the perfect balance. But once you get that, it's so easy to clip on and off, and it's so secure because of this extra button that locks it in. And while I have the Pocket 3 mounted to my chest, I have the gimbal in this mode to ensure that no matter how I'm moving, the horizon is locked. Now the Pocket 3 on the magic arm. This was a pretty cool setup, but I'm not gonna lie, it did take 4 hands to put this together. It's just because I had to have the Pocket 3 turned on so I could see if it lined up perfectly with the camera, and then I had to lock it in place. So again, a little bit tricky to put into place, but once you have it, it's great. Alright, a quick detour from the video. I just wanted to show you guys my lighting setup. I'm currently a nomad traveling around a new location every single month. I'm not sure what to expect in each location in regards to lighting, so I always carry a couple small lights with me. Currently in this place, there's a standing lamp, which is great, and I have another small LED light on the side. It only has 3 modes, can't play around with color or anything like that. And the newest addition, I have the Ulanzi 20-watt RGB pocket light. This little guy is so powerful for what it is. It's 20 watts in this size. With my limited luggage weight, I can't be bringing giant light panels around, but at the same time, I still like having lighting options. So this little guy comes in clutch. It comes with a magnetic diffusion dome, 2 dials, a cold shoe mount, a little screen, and a built-in fan that automatically turns on when it heats up. Which doesn't happen very often since I tend to have it on like under 10% just because it's already so bright. Like right now it's literally on 3%. It has tons of lighting modes to choose from. I tend to stay on just a flat HSL setting for constant light, but it's nice to know that there's options. The battery lasts forever for my usage. One time I even left it in the fridge. I was filming this shot, and because I was going back and forth so much, I left it in the fridge for about 3 hours and it was still fine. I still didn't even have to charge it for the next 2 or 3 weeks, honestly. But if you do use it at 100%, it should last about 30 minutes. I've only had one other RGB light and it was great. I used it for about 5 years, but that was only 8 watts and this is 20 watts. That's crazy. Also, this charges with USB-C, so that's just great. I'm very grateful for this upgrade. That's a big slay on Ulanzi's part. I've always loved their products. I've been using it for years, and to be totally transparent, they did send me this light, but I honestly have no complaints whatsoever, and it's linked down below if you want it. Let's get back to the video. Now, I know there are other cages for this, but I'm working with what I got, and that's just the 1/4-inch mount at the bottom. So I have it screwed onto the clip, and it's making it stick out of my chest like a unicorn horn, but I figured it's fine since it's a 360 camera, right? This was honestly way easier to set up compared to the Pocket 3 because I knew I'd get the shot no matter what. As you can see here, there were some stitching issues, but I found that if you just tilted it down a little bit, it fixes that. So not a total loss. Now, this is the X4 on the magic arm. This didn't take 4 hands to put together, it only took 2 because again, I didn't have to line it up exactly. I could just adjust it in post. And at this point, I didn't have too many clips of this mounting setup because we were in a really touristy spot and I was a little bit overwhelmed. But you get the gist of it. This is what it looks like and it works. So I think it's pretty clear that both cameras get the job done and both mounting options are good. But I think in this case, the Insta360 X4 wins over the Pocket 3 just because it records all at once and you know that you can get every angle. But then again, the Pocket 3 goes with me everywhere and the best camera is the one that you have with you. Also, the X4 doesn't look amazing in low light compared to the Pocket 3. I might be biased here. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Let me know. And the file sizes. The X4 being a 360 camera, it has massive file sizes. And the fact that it shoots up to 8K, I don't think I'll ever be using that option. It's really nice to have. Like, it's clearly an amazing camera. But yeah, the file sizes scare me. Of course, if I were going skydiving, I'd have it up to 8K and I'd be filming everything and dealing with it in post because it's probably going to be a once in a lifetime for me. But if I'm just walking about on the streets, I feel like that might be a little bit of an overkill. And with the Pocket 3, I'm constantly doing quick edits from the camera to my phone. Like, you just transfer it via the app and I just edit it on CapCut and get the video out there. So that's really quick. Don't get me wrong, the app for the X4 is amazing as well, and I have exported it directly onto my phone through the app. But the exports are at 1080p, and I've tried bumping that up, but then it significantly increases the export time. Thankfully, on a desktop, it does not do that. So I would suggest if you were filming with the Insta360 X4, do the adjusting and the exporting from your computer. So in terms of camera filming POV photography, I think the X4 wins. But how about the mounting options? Personally, I think I'd go for the Falcam Backpack Clip V2 just because once you have it mounted on there, you can have your camera on one hand, and if you need both hands, you could be hands-free. Whereas if you have it on the magic arm, you kind of need 2 hands to be holding both things. And that's it for this video, so let me know your thoughts. Which one did you prefer? Is there a better option that's not a chest harness? I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please click the subscribe button. It really helps things.